What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. Hope everyone had a blessed week. I'm feeling legendary. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super juiced. Can't wait to break this game down. Can't wait to look forward to Sunday NFC Championship game. First one the Niners have hosted since 2011, or I should say January of 2012. But the 2011 season, first time the Niners have been the one seed and hosted the NFC Championship game since 1997. It did it and very good, but we won't get into that. Although I do think it's quite ironic that we were 13-3. We were the number one seed. Bob Money, how are you doing? Yeah, you know what? I wish it'd be nice if I came part of the Niners coaching staff. But yeah, it's the first time since 1997 that. Oh yeah, but it is kind of a trip because we played the Minnesota Vikings that first game, and then now we played the Packers in the NFC Championship game, and now we're playing the Packers in the NFC Championship game again. Just a little kind of crazy little tidbit about history, but I don't know why Bob Money. Why would you think that I was becoming a part of the Niner coaching staff? My X's and O's on football is nowhere near the level it needs to get to be considered part of the staff. Yeah. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Let me let me go ahead and shoot you the link. I'll go ahead and text you, or you know what? Nick, go ahead and text me your email, and I'll go ahead and send you an invite to come on to the show right now. Wow, that's that will be quite a thing if we can get Nick on the show. Yeah, text me your or message me on Twitter or whatever, bro. Give me your email, and I'll go ahead and send you an invite to join me on right now. But it was a legendary performance by the Niners. By the way, a little quick tidbit for those who are going to the NFC. I think we're. Oh yeah, there was a guy looking at me at the Seattle game. Oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. I wish it was me. But hello, Kim. How are you doing? Yeah, we're well. Hopefully next week we'll start talking about a sixth ring. You know, it's Oh great, I'm breaking up. I can already see it. Okay. You know, it's very honestly my number one takeaway at the game at Levi's. I turned to my Empire Mom defense from the first 8 games of the season. That's the defense that or really we should say the first 7. But I think everybody admits that's the defense. I know that that it will be a different game, but we'll go ahead and get into that a little bit later. As you know, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. We might have our newest. Oh, what? I didn't know you could do that. You can put up people's comments. That's totally dope. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just totally knew that right now. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yahoo default email. Oh, no. Wait. Ahead and see what we can do about sending it, Nick, an invite right now to join us on the show. Let me go ahead and take off my microphone. And we're going to see if we can get Nick from Nothing But Niners on the show for a little into improv, little nothing but Niners and Niner Faithful Radio cross up. If y'all just give me 1 second. Okay. All right, Nick, it went ahead and sent. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can. All right, so it's sent, bro. But yeah, so it was very clear that the pass rush is ready to rock and roll. As you know, which we'll get in here in a second. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and go through the normal spill before we get on Nick on. I don't want to waste any of his time, but you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, Blueberry, TuneIn, or Castbox. Please rate, review, and subscribe. It really, really helps the show out. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and make sure to hit that bell notification button to make sure you don't miss a single video. And also go ahead and give that video a thumbs up and leave a comment to let us know what you thought about the show. Visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com to read all our blogs from Nothing But Niners, Sports Elite, get all the show notes to all episodes, listen to all our interviews with former Niner greats, Ian Williams and, well, I don't know if Ian Williams is a Niner great, but and Niner great Roger Craig, as well as watch every episode of This Date Niner History or averages. Also, shop Niner Faithful Radio Shop for officially licensed gear from shop49ers.com, NFLshop.com, Fanatics.com, eBay.com, and Target. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop or like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Okay, so I got sent you the. Okay, here we go. Cool. All right. Excuse my messy hair, but I want to take my cap to everybody that participated in this Facebook. We had a ridiculous amount of participants and votes. We had over 1,800. I think it was like 1,835 votes in this week's Twitter poll, which by far is the most we've ever had. Blew us out the water. I want to really thank everybody. And so to send a special thank you, this week's prize, and I will go ahead and message a lucky subscriber and follow us on Twitter or Facebook. But we're going to go ahead and send you a Niner playoff towel that we got at the Niners game on Saturday. So I will go ahead and contact the winner of that via Twitter or Instagram, probably, or Facebook and Twitter. Probably most likely Facebook, since we got the most votes on Facebook, but we'll see. But I just wanted to thank everybody for that. That was really special. And yeah, that goes through our normal spill. Of course, participate in our weekly poll for prizes each week on Facebook and Twitter. We will send you a weekly poll question for prizes. All you have to do is vote. And we have the man on the line right now, the myth, the legend. Let me go ahead and add him. Nick, how you doing, brother?
What up, what up, what up?
Good to see you, good to see you.
What's going on, boss?
Chilling, brother.
Yeah,
Are we going to see you out here for the NFC Championship game?
Your service is breaking up a little bit over there.
Yeah. You know what? Let me go ahead and move closer to the router. Are we gonna go ahead and see you out for? Yeah. Okay. There we go. I should
You
be full
already
bars.
know it. You
Okay.
already know
Awesome.
it.
Awesome. So we're gonna see you. Hold on. Let me move closer to the router.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Better.
and myself and a couple of the NB Niners guys are going to be out there. So
Okay. Well, we of course got the meet and greet. It's not at San Pedro Square. It's gonna be at Blue Chips this week. We're gonna have our own little section.
I got you now.
Peeled off and everything. What happened?
Yeah, it's at Big Al's, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's going to be
Is
at
that
Blue.
Big Al? It's gonna be at Blue Chips. I thought.
I said it's going to be at Blue Chips this week.
Yeah. It's gonna be at Blue Chips. But we'll go ahead and we'll holler about that later. I mean, I was just kind of chopping up, as y'all probably heard. What were your impressions of the game?
You got to say that again.
Where the hell is the router? What were your impressions of the game this
Blue
week?
Chips.
Nick, to join us on the show. You there, bro?
Yeah, I think TJ froze there for a second there.
Can y'all hear
if
me?
he's still there or not. But yeah, man, myself and a couple of the NB Niners guys.
You know what? This is horrible. What is wrong with the internet? Can y'all hear me?
You there?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, got you now.
Okay, cool. I had to move closer to the router. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and figure all that out later. What were your impressions of the game? I mean, I thought that pass rush looked like the pass rush that was the best pass rush in the NFL. The type that just simply overwhelmed teams.
Yeah, this team, on our show we talk about all the time. Well, I talk about all the time is people don't realize how much of it impact. D Ford leaves, and we only ended up with 9 sacks in the time he was going. That's a big difference. D Ford comes out, is able to play, and obviously we get another.
You know what? Let me see if I can switch it on. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can switch it on my mobile to see if that gives us a better reception, because I don't understand why it keeps on breaking up. I got full bars. Y'all have to forgive me. You're normally this show. Oh god, we just lost all our viewers. God damn it. All right, we lost Nick. We're gonna go ahead and try to use my mobile hotspot. This is so embarrassing. Where's mobile hotspot? Portable hotspot. Yes. Okay. Let's see if it'll show up. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get you on 1 second, Nick. I'm gonna go ahead and mobile hotspot. Let's see if that works. Okay. Okay. So hopefully, Nick, we still got you. Okay. Hopefully, we'll go ahead and get Nick back on. Sorry about that, y'all. That was extremely, really embarrassing. Um, but yeah, to basically kind of piggyback off of what Nick was saying, um, D Ford is really the key to this defense. That's why the Twitter question, which actually I didn't read y'all the answer, but basically D Ford won. It was basically who was the most. D Ford won. I think Twitter was like 57%. Facebook was like 56, somewhere around there. It was slightly over. There were 3 options on Twitter, only 2 on Facebook. But yeah, I was sorry about that. That was really embarrassing. But I think that what we saw the key to Sunday's game is and why I'm not gonna say I was scared to play shit out of. I actually really thought that's what it was gonna do. I thought it was just I'm like, bro, it's gonna be a storybook thing. It's exactly 6 years to the date from the 2013 NFC Championship game, which was also played on January 19th. Of 2014, so it was exactly 6 years. Um, it was just seemed like a storybook ending, but I believe that Aaron Rodgers is the better matchup. Now, I don't think it'll be a repeat of the 37-8 dismantling that happened early at Levi Stadium earlier. Well, actually, just not even a. Okay, we got him back. We got him back.
What
You
up?
there, Nick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, I had to connect to my mobile hotspot. But you were saying?
No, so I was saying about the defensive line. How intricate D Ford is to this defensive line. The defensive line had 36 sacks with him on the field. When he was hurt, we only ended up with 9 sacks total for those 6 games that he missed. So, I hear people all the time we should get rid of D Ford. And I just laugh at him, basically. The reason that I do that is because the reason I laugh at him is because they don't realize how important he is to this defensive line. Like I said, we had 36 sacks with him on the field. Our defense just is just a whole different beast with him on the field. Because you can see teams that struggle with slide protections and things like that. And Green Bay is one of them. When we played Green Bay, obviously D Ford wasn't on the field then, but we also used a lot of slide protections. And Green Bay struggles really mightily with being able to slide off coverage, being able to slide off that block and push it to a different person with all the stunts that Robert Saleh was doing against them. And if you've noticed, we've done a lot more stunts with D Ford on the field.
I think Nick froze again.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
so the problem is I think it's too much for your service because whoever hosts is what holds the service. So I'm streaming off of your service.
okay.
Yeah. So that's why it keeps freezing like that. So
gotta get a better laptop.
Yeah, just something, a laptop or internet or something. Get a straight plug.
It's probably the crappy library Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it could be.
You would think being in San Jose and being in the tech capital of the world, we would have literally like the whole city would be flooded, but nothing but the world's greatest Wi-Fi. But it's not. It's actually really sad.
Hey, it's
yeah.
I
mean,
man.
See, I think the key, and to me, this was really essentially, I think the absence of D Ford was really noticed to me the most was in that Atlanta game because Matt Ryan just simply had too much time. It was pitch and catch with Julio Jones. And
yeah, I mean,
go ahead. No,
Okay.
and so to me, and he had some. I think it was that final drive, or either one, the second their last drive, or the last drive that ended up. Oh, we just lost Nick again. Oh man, we just ended up. I gotta talk to him about this internet. But yeah, so it was the Atlanta game where we ended up. Oh man, it was the Atlanta game. We ended it up. Matt Ryan had a little third down run to convert a first down on, I believe, the second to last drive or the last drive. And so, what I think, in my personal opinion, and watching the team all year, is what D Ford brings is he's going to put on that initial pressure. He's generally going to be the first one that gets there. That's obviously not always the case, but more times than not, just because of his pure speed, he's going to be the one. And so what you see happening with these quarterbacks? Yeah, my bad, Nick. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a better internet, bro, next week. I'm gonna see if I can go to like a homie's house or something that has better Wi-Fi, and we'll see if we can do a Super Bowl preview, bro. My bad. Um, but I felt that just the you just see this pocket collapse around these quarterbacks with D Ford on the field, and they have nowhere to move. It seems like they're thanks, bro. Thanks. It seems like they go to step light, there's Defoe. They go to step up, and there's Eric Armstead, and they go to try to go back, and there's Nick Bosa. And so what I've been telling people is I don't think it'll be 38-7. I think that game, or I'm sorry, 37-8. I think that game kind of got away from Green Bay. I think that early turnover, if you remember their first drive, our first touchdown was set up essentially really by that Nick Bosa turnover. I mean, he essentially almost scored a defensive touchdown. In all instances, it was a 2-yard plunge, and Coleman took it up the gut, and it was 7-0. And they just never seemed to recover. And if you remember, offensively, we were exactly. We're going to go ahead and highlight Nick's a question for those who are watching the replay. You'll be able to see it. But great point, Nick. The speed is really what allows, and it just allows everybody to fit in their place. And what it allowed, Solomon Thomas, who had a good game, Solomon Thomas was making some plays, but he has to play less snaps. And exactly, I don't know. I'm gonna just say Jamie. If I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. I just read it as me, but so it just slots the whole defense together, and they don't have. I remember I was just watching a GIF of a breakdown where Devontae Adams was wide open. And this might easily have been. I don't want to say a walk-in touchdown, but because Jimmy Ward, as we all know, has been great in the high safety in the high third of the field, or single high. He's been great at that role. A couple vicious hits on Sunday that really I felt changed the game. But the tell me that made me really feel that this defense was back is y'all listen to this. So after Minnesota's first touchdown drive, they had 7 drives that totaled 8 yards total. 7 drives that created 8 yards total. That is yeah. Since you brought it up, Bob Money, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Bosa wanting to come to the Niners in 2021. I'll spend a moment on it. We'll get to that when we get into off season discussions. But I don't think we can make it happen. Let's see, 19, 20, 21. Bosa would have one more year on his deal plus a fifth-year option. DeForest Buckner is going to be into his extension. If we bring back Eric Armstead, he'll be into that. So I'm not against bringing Joey Bosa to the Niners. I think our bookends being the Bosa brothers, man, I don't even want to think about that because it's probably not going to happen. But you know, would Joey Bosa take a discount to come move up north to play with his brother? And I mean, how much of a discount? Because that's what it's going to have to be. Because what you're going to start seeing, and why I think it's so important to win championships now, is you're going to start to see where we have to make decisions. Just this season, we might have to choose between Ronald Blair and see. So the thing with me with D Ford is I could see him being a casualty. I don't want to, because my whole idea is who you're going to replace. People with that speed just don't come around. Sure, is he a little injury prone? Yeah, I don't want to say injury prone. That's messed up to say. The man has a hamstring strain. It's like if it's you know, maybe the D Ford is like a Ferrari. Ferraris have to be at peak form to be able to perform like a Ferrari. Versus maybe somebody like DeForest Buckner is more of a truck. Truck doesn't necessarily have to be at its peak performance in order to do what is necessary and what you need it to be done. So these are all decisions for the off season, for the plenty of off season talk. Yeah, I'm gonna admit Sherman's slowly starting to warm himself up to me. Like, obviously, big shout out to Mama Sherman and Papa Sherman. Yeah, I think D Ford is going to come back. We'll go ahead and highlight your comment, Bob. I think D Ford comes back with a vengeance next year as well. And so you think surgery? Maybe he might need some surgery. Maybe it's something that surgery might fix. But to me, to get to the Packers game real quick, where I'm at personally is this. I think it'll be a closer game, obviously. I don't believe the Packers, all things equal, can beat us, because I think our defense, even though their defense is good, and I think they have the ability to slow down our offense, I don't think they'll completely shut down our offense. Oh, okay. Oh, probably on his knee. Yeah, you're right. He'll probably need some type of knee procedure in the off season. I think that I don't want to say that we get rid of D Ford, because I don't want to, and I could really see why they would just assume that it was a one-off. But if he is a one-year player and we win a championship, to me, he was totally worth the second-round pick. Now, I'd like to think that they would keep him at least for another season, just for the simple fact that they did give up that second-round pick. And so you would like to at least get, another year out of the player that you traded that pick for, versus, being able to, get a younger player with the second-round pick that you're going to keep for 4 years. But that's what you deal with when you deal with free agents, or in this case, a trade for a potential free agent, because D Ford was going to be a free agent. If he did not, get tagged by Kansas City. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here pretty quick, because I'm running out of study room time at the library. But to me, if it's a close game, let's say it's a 3-point game or even a 7-point game going into the fourth quarter, all bets are off. I do think the Niners will be able to pull it out. Um, Jimmy has shown the ability to show some clutch magic through these playoffs and throughout this, well, not so much the playoffs, but throughout the season. He's been able to show the ability to be clutch. But I am, that is Aaron Rodgers. And in close games, fluke things happen all the time. And so, all bets are off. But I do think this seems to be the type of game that I said the Niners can win by 10 to 13 points. Maybe we score a touchdown or a couple late field goals in the fourth quarter to kind of seal it, or mid third quarter like we normally do with most teams. And so, you may look back on this game and think like the score might be, let's just say, 20 to 31 or 34. I don't think, or 17-34, 17-31, 17-28. That type of score where you might like, they're not really close, but I think this game's going to be a lot closer. I just think that being able to unleash the Gold Rush 2.0 and having Quan back and Jaquaski Tart back over the course of 4 quarters, I just don't see them marching down the field 5 times to score the 35 points, 30 to 35 points that I think it'll be necessary for them to win this game. The Packers aren't going to win this game 20 to 17. I feel they'll have to win it, 35 to 31 type of score. If anybody's getting blown out, it'll be them. I don't see the Packers blowing out the Niners because I just don't see us doing the things that are necessary. Now, if we turn the ball over, give up some big special teams plays, some explosive plays, which we're not really tend to do a lot this year, then they could win this game. But I don't see that happening. Now, it's up to Jimmy not to give him this game, or even Burrito with the fumbles, or anybody with the fumbles. But if Jimmy throws a couple picks and gives him some short fields, yeah, we might be in trouble. But I think that a lot of people have been talking about how Jimmy started off so hot and then cooled off. I think he was really affected by that hit he took in the second quarter that clearly messed up his ankle. Obviously, he was able to play through it, and I don't think it'll be anything to be concerned with going forward. But as much as people want to say that the run game was working and that's why Jimmy only passed 19 times, I think Shanahan saw that his ankle was affecting him, saw that he was a little bit off and said, hey, we're up. I don't see Minnesota, especially once we went up 14, I don't see Minnesota driving down and scoring 17 points on our defense the way that we were playing. And so I think that Shanahan, I'm sorry, you don't consciously make the decision to run the ball 12 straight times and I didn't know that. No, you knew this, that you were running the balls 12 straight times. I'm sorry. Nobody does that. They were clearly trying to take the ball out of Jimmy's hands. Now, y'all know me. Jimmy's our king. He'll win us our 6th ring. And on that day, the faithful will sing, Jimmy is our king. Okay, you'll not find a bigger Jimmy G. Cool fan than me. The man just wins. And that's all that really anybody gives a shit about this time of year. Did you win? So nobody talks about how Joe threw 3 picks in the catch game. Nobody ever talks about the 3 picks he threw because it didn't matter because he still won. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I do think that we'll be talking about us going to our 7th Super Bowl and hopefully putting an end for the quest for 6. Yes, I'm not flipping y'all off. I'm just saying this is where I'm putting the sixth ring for all the haters. All right, y'all. Before we get out of here, I would like to go ahead and give y'all the Kid of Corn MVP of the week. And to me, without question, it goes to only one player who was named officially now Defensive Rookie of the Year and overall Rookie of the Year by the Pro Football Writers Association of America. And that is one Nick Bosa. And probably one of the coolest moments I've ever seen in a football game was watching just the feeling of straight gut punch that here we're gonna go ahead and highlight Jamie's comment now too. I'm highlighting everybody's comments. Everybody gets highlight comments today. Just I literally was so sick, and I remember what concerned me is I saw all the Niners taking the knee pretty much right away, and I was like, oh god. And I remember looking at Miss Debbie, I was like, Mama Bosa's hurt, and it was like just straight gut punch, like I wanted to throw up. And then I heard, a couple people, Bosa. So then I started, Bosa, Bosa, Bosa. And then when you just see them hop up, it just the place went crazy. And I know I keep on saying we're going to get out of here, but this is the last thing I promise. I'm going to read his stats in a second. But to me personally, somebody who grew up in San Jose, grew up not too far, well, kind of far, but, we used to go to Great America all the time when I was a kid. All the time in middle school, all that. Somebody who spent some time in Santa Clara. I had cousins that lived in Santa Clara, so we used to go into Santa Clara. That's where our doctors was in Santa Clara. For anybody who's from San Jose, the old Kaiser on Homestead, and Kylie was our doctors that we went to. So and for all the slack that Levi Stadium has gotten, I never been to a playoff game at Candlestick. So obviously, Saturday was my first playoff game I ever attended, but Levi's was lit. That I'm sorry. I can't imagine the Candlestick was that much more loud and that much more electric. I'm sorry. I love the Stick. I'm not trying to disrespect the memory of the Stick at all. But me personally, I just find it very hard that Candlestick had that much better of a vibe. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the stat line of one Nicholas Bosa. All right, let me go. He finished the game, according to ESPN, with 6 total tackles, all solo, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumble recoveries, and 1 pass defensed. Yes, Kim, you get your comment highlighted as well. Jimmy has proven himself for us time and time again. So I think that if it's a close game like I anticipate, the formula is pretty simple to me. Keep the game close, give the ball to number 10, and he's going to do his thing and lead us to Super Bowl 54, baby. Oh, I'm so pumped. It just kind of hit me right now. Like, we're this close from a Super Bowl, bruh. Oh, man, it feels so good. It feels great, baby. It feels legendary. All right. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. But before we do, a real quick tidbit. I know Mama's going to be listening to this. So I promised her I would look this up because this is a kind of a little cool question that we had. But I was curious of how had hosted a Super Bowl and a title game also. And I went ahead and looked it up. And there has been, I believe it's 10. Hold on. Let me see. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11 if you could include the Orange Bowl and Joe Robbie Stadium as 2 separate stadiums, whatever. But it's been the LA Coliseum, Tampa Stadium, the Metrodome, of course, as we all know, the Superdome. University of Phoenix season, the Metrodome from Minneapolis, the Georgia Dome, the Orange Bowl at Joe Robbie Stadium, which is where the Niners won their last Super Bowl, Intel Stadium, which is Jacksonville, Lucas Oil Stadium, and Joe Murphy Stadium, which was San Diego. So I thought that that was pretty cool. A little cool tidbit for a kind of we're thinking about starting a segment next season called Random Factoids or something like that, and that's kind of like the little stuff that we'll look up, little cool stuff like that that is not gonna might win you $1,000,000 one day on a bet. Who knows? But before we get out of here for the last time, yeah. Oh, see, this is why I love Kim because she keeps me focused. Um, I read the Bosa stats, so thanks, Kim, for the message and keeping me on track and reminding me to make sure I read those stats. I'll go ahead and read them again just because they're so amazing. 6 total tackles, all solo, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss with a pass defense for one, Nicholas Bosa. It is that time again where we shall part. But before we do, go ahead and join me this Saturday. Join Niner Faithful Radio and my 408 Empires fam, and also now announced some Nothing But Niners crew at Niner Town in Blue Chip Sports Bar Lounge, located in downtown San Jose. There will be a DJ dancing and drink specials. Bring your dancing shoes, and all 49er gear is welcomed. This is a kid-friendly event, and we hope to see everybody there. Blue Chips is awesome. They've got really good food, really good drinks. Their prices are reasonable. We really hope let's get it started. Let's get the energy started Saturday night for that NFC Championship game. Join our Patreon's rewards program for as little as $1 a month. You can get special perks like 10% off of Niner Faithful Radio Shop, an invite to join myself on a segment of Niner Faithful Radio, and much, much more. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/Patreon or Patreon.com/Niner Faithful Radio. Go to cgiant.com and use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio, all one word, and save on all theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show as well. That website again is seatgiant.com, and the promo code is Niner Faithful Radio. YouTube is now Niner Faithful Radio is now on YouTube, and we are trying to monetize our channel. So to help with that, we have decided to hold a contest where one lucky subscriber will not only win a ticket to a Niner game and come to Empire Road, the best tailgate in the league, hands down, bar none, ain't nobody better. But you will also win a ticket to the Niner Museum to go see the Hall of Fame statues and all the cool stuff they have. We have already reached the 4,200 watch minutes. We're going to go ahead, and once we hit 1,200 subscribers, we're going to go ahead and be giving away a special prize on top of this contest. So make sure you like Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook or follow us on Twitter and Instagram, because the winner will be announced as soon as we reach 4,200 watch minutes and 1,200 subscribers. To all you NFL football-loving fans out there who don't want to follow a page where your administrators all on your Facebook feed dancing and showing the man boobies, then go ahead and do yourself a favor. Go to Facebook, hit that search button, type in NFL Savage Zone, and give that page a like. It's funny. You're going to have a lot of fun. Go ahead and shop Niner Faithful Radio Shop for officially licensed Niner gear from shop49ers.com, NFLshop.com, Fanatics.com, Target.com, eBay, and much more. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop or like us on Facebook and Instagram at Niner Faithful Radio Shop and Twitter at Niner Faithful RS. Visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com to read all our blogs from Nothing But Niners Sports Elite. Get the show notes to all episodes. Listen to all interviews with Niner greats. And see our advertising and sponsorship packages. Of course, Kim, remember to always stay faithful. Your comment's going to get highlighted. and advertising packages as well. If you're listening to us as a podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Speaker, Blueberry, TuneIn, or Castbox, please rate and review and subscribe. It really, really helps out the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and to give the video a thumbs up and a comment on what you thought about the show. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this week's episode of This Date in Niner, or this week's episode of Niner Faithful Radio. One last comment before we get out of here. If you are interested in helping build Niner Faithful Radio into a media powerhouse, we are looking for producers, people who just want to rep the show in the Niners, writers, editors, salespeople, website designers. I mean, anything that you can do. And if you're a Niner fan, we are looking for people who to do it. Go ahead and message me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and we'll go ahead and set up a time where we can talk to go ahead and interview you. Kim, I will go ahead and send you those names of people who already applied and need to be vetted. Thank you so much, love. I really appreciate it. Everybody, hands up for Kim. As she said in the comments, she's moved. She's going through a lot of personal things, but she's still out here every week, really helping me out with Niner Faithful Radio and just any advice I need in life, and being a friend who has really guided me through a lot of difficult times. So love you, Kim. Thank you so much for everything you do for Niner Faithful Radio. It is much, much appreciated. We love you. I shall see y'all next week when hopefully we become the 7-time NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners. Beat the Whackers. Let's get it done, baby. Only one thing on our mind, that's victory and a championship. Let's get it done. Yeah.